everyone. Thanks for joining me today. My name is Wai Ping. I'm a senior counselor from South Foundation. In the previous materials, my colleagues have written extensively about self-care and how we can attain self-care from our daily lives. But today, I'm going to share with you a very important aspect of self-care, which is often neglected and often not widely discussed. It is about identifying some not so healthy beliefs that we hold as caregivers and start to take care of them so that in the long run we can manage our caregiver stress and we can continue to have good well-being to sustain us through this caregiving journey. Are you ready? So the first not so healthy belief that's often presented to us is if he is not happy, then I'm not doing a good job. Okay. Imagine ourselves being this caregiver. Okay. Many of the times we see our loved ones whom we are caring for, they might exhibit different moods. For example, sometimes they might feel sad, they might feel angry, they might start to blame, they might start to throw tantrum. And we start to feel that, we are responsible for their feelings. We are responsible for their outbursts. Sometimes, besides ourselves feeling responsible, our loved ones might make us feel responsible for their outbursts. Okay? So, and we always bear this belief that, if he or she is not happy, that means I'm the problem. I'm not doing a good job. Okay? What is the impact of us holding this belief? Okay? We get a lot of hurts and a lot of wounds along the way. And then our mood will actually swing together with our loved ones. Their mood goes high and low, and our mood goes high and low too. Eventually, you will see yourself feeling very depleted. Okay? How about the second belief? Second not so healthy belief. Okay? Only when I give 100% of myself, then I am a good caregiver. Okay, this actually comes a lot from our society. Since young, everybody has been telling us, you need to do your best, and then if you're taken up this thing, then you have to give your all. And we do have many caregivers who are very hardworking, very responsible, who give their 100% to everything in the caregiving. Being 24 hours by the side, foregoing their own holidays. And we also have caregivers who give their 100% in every part of the caregiving routine, make sure that they cook every meal nutritiously, make sure that they clean every part of the house well so that it can be a nice environment for their loved ones. What is the impact of us holding this belief that, I have to give 100% in everything? We will be stretching ourselves, okay? And then if we stretch ourselves all the time, we also find that we'll feel very depleted, okay? And we begin to realize that we do not have any other space for anything else, okay? The third one. This one is usually something that many of us would not recognize, but spend some time listening to this. Only I know how to take care of him or her. Okay. Days after days, years after years, we have been the one who is the main caregiver for our loved ones, and we care for them in a certain way. And this is us holding on to our loved ones by ourselves. Okay. And we are familiar with our own routines. And one day, a new helper comes along, or a sibling comes along, and they volunteer their help. And what we realize is that some of our caregivers might feel that, it's done in an improper manner, it's not effective, it's not efficient, It's messy, and what's the impact on the caregiver's well-being? We end up feeling hopeless, and we end up taking it upon ourselves again. Let me do it. I'll do it by myself again. And what happens to ourselves in the long run? Again, we will feel depleted, and you might not have realized is that we also close up the space for people to come in to help us. Okay. How about the fourth one? Okay. Fourth one is I am not cut out to be a caregiver. This is the group of caregivers who tends to only look at the things that they didn't do well, the aspect that they are not good enough, and they continue to judge themselves harshly, and they keep putting themselves down and squashing themselves down. And what is the impact on this group of caregivers in the long run? Well, yes, we feel depleted, there'll be low mood, we don't feel that kind of joy and positive energy. And most importantly, we start to view ourselves more negatively, especially for those caregivers who have given up their successful career and then coming in to the caregiving journey, and then they experience a lot of difficulties and they start to judge themselves based on the difficulties. By the end of the day, our self-esteem gets wounded too. Okay. So, if you are this caregiver, what do you think will happen to you in the long run? And do you like being squashed, being stretched, being attacked all the time? And sometimes caregivers ask us, do I have a choice? How can I take better care of myself then? And congratulations, there is indeed a choice, and many choices. So I'm going to present to you probably different ways, different beliefs that we can start to have so that we can be kinder to ourselves. And that will help us to sustain in the long run. Okay? Are you ready? The first one. Instead of seeing that we are the one responsible, take a step back and tell ourselves, I may not be the cause of my loved one's misery. Okay? These arrows, these outbursts, may be exhibited not because of you, not because of the things that you have done wrong, but it could be due to our loved ones' personal sadness about the loss of independence, the loss of their functioning, the loss of their perceived retirement life, and the loss of good dreams. Yeah, they experience a lot of emotional turmoil, but most of the time, when they exhibit it out, they tend to also exhibit it to the person whom they trust, which is you. Okay? So take a step back. I may not be the cause of his or her misery. Second, believe that, we can start to be kinder to ourselves. It is okay to not perform 100% in everything. Leave about 20% or even 10% of space for you to have rest, have joy, and recharge. After this space, coming back to caregiving, you realize that you'll be happier, you will bring more joy to the relationship, you will also bring more positivity to the relationship. instead of seeing yourself as somebody who rush from task to task and somebody who's so focused on doing and not so much on being and enjoying the companionship of our loved ones. Okay? And the third one, recognize that we are all different and we bring along different strengths. Okay? Maybe we need to take a step back and start to recognize, that probably the other party may also have their unique strengths. Okay? And these unique strengths can actually come in to complement caring for your loved ones. And sometimes it would also mean adjusting our expectations, that things can also get done in a different way, no right or wrong. And the last one, another way of being kinder to ourselves is recognizing that, yes, I'm imperfect. I have my strengths. Yes, I have my weaknesses. But I am always trying my best and I'm always learning to be a better caregiver. I learn from my mistakes. Imagine now that you are this caregiver. You are more realistic about what kind of responsibility you want to take. You also start to appreciate yourself a little bit more, and you can recognize that, there are goodness in the different parties who are coming in, although they may be different. Try to feel it. More comforted, more space, more positivity. Try it out when you have time. And some caregivers would ask me, yeah, then how do we get started? How do we get started? What are the ingredients? Okay, let me give you a final word. S-A-C-K, sack. Doesn't mean that, we sack ourselves from being caregivers, but this is a reminder for all of us. If we want to start to be kinder to ourselves, then first, we need to go through this word sack. S stands for, step 1, slow down. Okay? The moment when you realize that you are rushing, you are tired, you are going faster than your body allows, slow down. Only by slowing down, then you are allowing yourself and giving yourself the space to have self-care. Okay? A. A means allow. Allow for mistakes. Don't be too harsh on ourselves. Learn to apply leniency to ourselves, that we are also humans. We are learning. We are not born to be a caregiver on the first day. Okay? Besides allowing mistakes, allowing for whatever feelings that surface. Feelings are like SMSs, they send us signals and they tell us, probably some needs are not being met. Some part of me is not feeling good. Listen to them. Okay? C. Curious. Begin to be curious, about what kind of not so healthy beliefs do I have or do I hold as a caregiver? What kind of beliefs is making me feeling tired and drained? Lastly, K. Kindness. Remember to give yourself lots of kindness, which means lots of forgiveness, lots of soothing, and besides being kind to our loved ones, give a lot more kindness to ourselves. trust me, I believe that both you and your loved ones will feel happier if this can be done. Okay? I wish you all the best. And if you'd like to find out more about our online resources for caregivers, you can refer to our South Foundation website. And you can also refer to our website for our suite of services and trainings for caregivers and older persons. Thank you so much for joining me today. Take care.